on WJOX. Appreciate you tuning in. Watch live on YouTube each and every day. Just search Jocks945 or tell your skill and you can listen to us that way.
Well, Canty Foundation Specialists, new to the area, but they've been providing great service for a number of years to people all throughout the Southeast. Very glad to have them now in Birmingham. It's certainly nice to know that you have a foundation specialist that can help you with your repair, your foundation, your crawl space, your basement, concrete solutions as well. There's a ton of factors here in Alabama that can lead to foundation problems, whether it's soil, shifting, uneven ground, moisture, weather, and in some cases, just the age of your home, cracks in the walls, floors, around the windows and doors, uneven or sagging floors, kind of feeling like the house is sloping, doors and windows not sticking or not closing properly, all these things of possible issues with your foundation. So call Canty Foundation estimates so homeowners know exactly what's going on under your house, and their work is backed by lifetime transferable warranty. Call them today at 205-509-1, or you can go online to Cantey, C-A-N-T-E-Y, canfixit.com. That's canfixit.com.
All right, let's get into a little bit of Auburn and Texas A&M, G-Mac. I just told David Pollock I feel like this is a better matchup for Auburn than I did last week against Oklahoma. Do you see that in a similar fashion?
Probably. Yeah, I don't know if I could find much flaws in that logic.
I just felt like Oklahoma, based on how they operated in a couple of different areas, well, specifically the defense, really solid. But we know that Oklahoma front is just different. And the way that they move obviously is going to be problematic for anybody. David mentioned not as many design quarterback runs. Does Auburn go to more of that against this A&M group? Do they have to go to more of that?
I think it's to begin with is now all of a sudden forward. Like I'd run the quarterback 20 times. He gets talking like hurt, and now all of a sudden because your back is tight or your shoulder's bruised or it's a very, I'm not going to say it's a finesse position. Utilized playing quarterback that you don't like as a linebacker position. So I would to be as accurate at the end of the year if you're running them into the ground.
But I think if that's who you are, that's who you are. I mean, I don't know if Auburn needs to just be that. But as Pollock mentioned, you got to pull the trigger a little bit more. That was a massive issue. I mean, do you go over or under 3 sacks last week due to quarterback? Do you go over under 4 sacks last week primarily due to the offensive line and their play?
Over.
I go under. I think 3 of those easily could be placed on the offensive line, and then after that, there are 2 or 3 that are a coin flip that you could say, all right, you got to hold your block a little longer, or you need to manage this. And maybe I shouldn't have said offensive line. I should have said
Let's say protection.
Blockers. Yeah,
yes.
There you go.
I was about to say.
Blockers.
Because to be honest with you, Jeremiah Cobb and pass pro, I don't want that. Alston could hold up, I think, okay. All right. But needs to be feet like he's just got enough. I still think the right tackle has some challenges on speed to power and speed. I also think the left tackle has a few challenges with some speed too. So that would be my concern. So I think you could have 3 with the edge rushers that A&M has.
Yeah, I think both tackles have some issues here, and I think there are some quarterback run options by design that can maybe help slow that down. I'll tell you one thing that I really think Jackson Arnold needs to improve on as well, that really needs some detail work, are screens. And it's not throwing them, it's setting them up. Because I've seen at least 3 instances this year, Greg, where he takes the ball and literally just turns and throws it to whoever the screen's going to, or stands there waits for a second, and then throws the screen. Like there was a traditional screen against Oklahoma. There was almost no effort to draw the defenders to him. And it's actually the one that I think 65 retraced on and went and made the play. It's like you got to invite those guys to something to make them think. Like you got to invite them a little bit, make it appetizing, especially with a defense that's known to move laterally like that. That's an area that Auburn's got to improve because they have the playmakers to make those go and be big plays for them. But if you're going to allow D tackles to make your plays on screens, that's going to be tough to get that thing being a positive play for you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be real tough. But I don't know about you. Like, I think screens have to be helpful. But answer me this. How do you feel about the athleticism of the offensive line of the Auburn Tigers?
I feel pretty good about the middle three, mainly center left guard getting out there. I think the tackles can get out in space if you need them to.
It's like, I don't think that's who they are. Like, I'm not saying you can't maybe have a little of that in there, but they don't just on the hoof. Here, I don't get the sense that that's a group that's going to be a great screen team. They're just not overly athletic up front. Like they're a little bit more of. See it similarly or no?
They need to.
Like, you want him out there on the screen? All right, yeah, he gets the guy dead right. It's like he'll absolutely clean his clock, but he's not the shiftiest guy in the world.
No, but and I'm not saying try to live like Georgia is this year, where it feels like 80% of their runs and like 50% of their passes are screens. It's just you got to have that as a neutralizer. Like when I under Mazzoni or Terry, we never had or Jimbo. We never lived on screens. It was always a changeup. It was never like a slider for us. I mean, it wasn't like your number 2 pitch. It was down in the arsenal a little bit, but it was meant to slow down a pass rush. It was to make defenders run. You want them to retrack when guys were teeing off, thinking everything, giving all those jet calls on defense. You're like, all right, here it comes. And it's like, oh, they're 6-7 yards upfield. They got to turn around and run. They don't like that. So I think from that perspective is just what I'm referencing, because you got guys that can make plays off screens, but it's just the execution of it's got to be there. And there were plays that could have gone, I feel like had chances for yards and didn't, primarily because quarterback just didn't invite the defensive line or the rush if there were other players involved. And it's just something that I think they can get better at, and we'll see how that plays out. It's going to be – I think this is a competitive game. I think it's one that goes down to the wire. I think it comes down to probably quarterback mistakes. Maybe whose defenses can force both offensive and mainly both quarterbacks into mistakes. I think who maybe commits themselves to the run the most and finds a way to get it going probably wins this game. That's how I'll lay it out.
See, I don't think either team's going to be able to run the ball great against the opposing defense. I think Auburn's got a better chance of creating in the run game. But A&M has a much better chance of creating explosives. So to me, I think it comes down to limit. If Auburn's path to victory, run the ball, limit explosives. That's the ticket.
Okay.
Run the ball. A&M's path to victory is create one-on-ones with your 2 catch-and-run guys in Craver and Concepcion. A lot of opportunities one-on-ones. Auburn is a 7. We're going to have some opportunities to win some. And then I think their big ticket is sell, run, and make Jackson Arnold beat them. And I don't know if Jackson Arnold can do it through the air right now. I really don't. Even the deep ball. That to me is, I think I could be and I think the cover guys at A&M are a little this week in Guillory, the freshman.
But I will say, following up what David Pollock said, and you and I said it last week, when he does get those one-on-ones with Cam Coleman, just throw it. You have to throw it.
For sure. And
there were a couple last week that he didn't let go of. I mean, there was one that I thought you were going to lose your mind in the booth. And I don't think it was Cam Coleman, actually. But yeah, I mean, as soon as Sean finished, you immediately went to he's going to see this route on tape and he's going to be disgusted with himself. I'm going to say it was Malcolm Simmons, and you said it on the broadcast that he was wide open.
Oh yeah, on third down behind the defense in the slot. Oh my gosh. Yes, I forgot about that play. Dude, I mean, you saw it.
I don't listen to you often, but when I do, I have takeaways.
Well, you know the one I'm talking. But I mean, he's wide open,
Yeah.
in the slot, one on one, no nothing, and like I don't know how he didn't get there sooner. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how he didn't get there. That would have been all points bulletin. Oh my god, I got a flat foot catch technique safety, and I got Simmons, who's a great receiver in the slot, working against him, and I got in like left to right, sprinkler read. But you got to get there faster. I mean, if he gets there, it's a touchdown. I mean, it's a walk-in. It's a laugher. Little air underneath it. Let him run underneath it. It's all she wrote.
That's it. So the last thing we'll continue talking college football when we come back on the other side. First, Greg, tell our listeners about ProLift.
Well, ProLift Doors, they've been doing a great job in this community for a while. They have 200 plus 5-star Google reviews. Go and check them out online, proliftdoors.com. They can serve you if you're sitting down there in Baldwin County and you're listening to the show. If you're here in the Birmingham area, they can get you taken care of there as well. Mike is in Birmingham. Jeffrey is in Baldwin County. This is a group that works on existing garage doors for repairs, or they can install new ones. There's no service call fees. You only pay for the work, not for the visit. And they can service all brands of garage doors. You can upgrade the appearance of your home with a brand new garage door. So whether it's opener repair, replacement, new installation, if you're having slow response times, vibration shaking, call for a maintenance service by going online to proliftdoors.com. That's proliftdoors.com. ProLift Garage Doors, lifting your expectations.
All right, we'll come back and talk a little more Auburn, Texas A&M. Begin to dive into LSU, Ole Miss, and a little Tennessee, Mississippi State. All that coming up next right here on Jocks. Welcome back in, Macro. Welcome back in, Macro and Kublik in the morning. Glad you're with us. It is 8:55, Friday, September 20th here on Jocks. We got a lot more college football to get to in the final hour. Brian Haydad with us at 9:30. He's going to